Hello everybody. Today we're holding the talk and meditation from home. So maybe this is the best for others and self. So I may not go very long. Maybe we do the prayers and little bit talk, very short talk, and then do some meditation. Then dedication prayer, and we stop there. Yeah. People telling me try to increase the voice. So I don't know. My voice can't go very high, and I'm relying on a device. Hopefully you all can hear me. Okay. So as I was mentioning that our intention is very important. So why we are kind of in a way gathering online and holding seasons, and for what reason? We need to recognize, we need to know in Buddhism that in order to our activities or thoughts to become a Dharma, there are a few different different stages of way of thoughts. Firstly, if we only thinking of comfortable pleasure for this life, then it doesn't count as a Dharma. So therefore, it is important to think that we are doing this for our future life. And then after that, the secondary, or not, this second level is whether if we had advantages lives, such as like demigod realms or god realms again and again, is that our only mission, aim? Then we need to think, however higher realms we were born in this samsara, all end up circling, going up and down. Even we were born in highest god realms, we still be rebirth when we rebirth in also like lower realms when we finish up our savings like, you know, when I'm saying savings, like merits that we made to be born in higher realms, when it's end up finished, used up, then we'll be born again in lower realms. So is that our destination or our aim? Then we have to think that however higher levels, higher realms we were born, and still we are in a samsara, we will have suffering one way or the other way. So then what we need to do in order to terminate this suffering that we always going through, then we need to find a way that terminate the samsara. So how the thing is that whether there is a way to terminate, finish these problems, suffering or not, is the question, big question, yeah? And then if there is, then which way, how? We need to know the path. Then then once we know the path, we have to take the path. We have to apply the path in our individual life. So in that way, we can overcome the samsara. However, as we are as an individual, one, single, if I overcome from the samsara, then looking back to all the mother beings suffering, then whether we neglect those mother beings or not, or how important to look after them, we have to think. So then there will come the bit wider understanding why we should think about our mother beings, not only ourselves. When we contemplate, when we know how important to work to help the mother beings who are suffering just like ourselves, then we trying to help them, and we trying to find a way to help them. And in order to, then we know there is a way, we know it's important. Then when we try to help them, equally important like ourselves, then when we think in that way, then our understanding is like much wider, and our actions also much wider, thoughts much wider. So it become like a bodhisattva way of thinking. Not only self should be terminating our suffering, but also we need to help other beings. Then when we think how we can help mother beings to overcome the suffering, and then as at the moment, individual like me, I don't have power, I don't have much energy, I don't have all the capacities that would be able to help all the mother beings. So how can I help mother sentient beings? Is that only myth? Is that only just hope, wish? Or is there actually way to help all the mother beings? So then we learn that when we apply the bodhicitta and cultivate the bodhicitta and antidote to the also understanding the emptiness, which is antidote to the self-arising. When we are able to apply this both in our heart, then our qualities will be increased dramatically. So in that way, when our qualities are increased dramatically, what happens? Then our power at the same time also increased. So then there are many levels or stages that depends on our strength, understanding. The higher we go, higher ability we get. So in that way, to help, be able to help wider or larger mother beings. So in order to be able to help mother beings with full strength, what we need is then we need to have full power, energy, strength, which means that we need to attain the enlightenment, Buddhahood. Once we gain Buddhahood, then we will be able to understand the older mother beings, what sort of state they are in, and what sort of thoughts they are holding, what sort of mood they have. So when we know, able to know all this clearly, then you'll be able to help and what is need for them. For example, at the moment, I don't know my friends, what they're thinking, what they want, what exactly they're wishing to hear. So I have to talk something general, and then people may, get something, or maybe they don't get anything from my talk, because I don't know their thoughts, their mood, and so on and so forth. So if one knows all these clearly, then you'll be able to give them what they need. So that, because of that, we need to gain enlightenment. In that way, we can help mother beings in full strength. So therefore, we need to seek the enlightenment. So now when you think why I am trying to gain enlightenment, it is for my mother sentient beings. Why you need to think all these mother sentient beings? That because all the mother sentient beings, they were at one time my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, who cared so much when I am in suffering, when I needed, when I was in trouble, who helped so much, cared so much, nurtured. So, in general speaking, that people say, even they don't think about the Dharma in a general life. People say, I owe him something. Means that the other person have done something for you. So now I owe him something, owe her something. So that's in a common sort of thought. If somebody have done something to you in a good way, then you owe he or her back similar, whatever they need. If you are able to help, then you feel very satisfying. Similarly here, that when as we have so many lives in the past, so all these lives which we took, we had parents, we had brother, sister, and so on and so forth. All this time, they helped, looked after ourselves. So now they have done so much to us or me. So now at this moment, I'm able to think, able to do something back for them. And if I leave this opportunity for future, not during this time, then it is, very dangerous decision, because we don't know whether we have a wonderful opportunity like this in the future. So therefore, when we have the opportunity, when we have the chance, we have to grab the chance to do so. So therefore, we have to do this accurately, properly. So how do we do? Then we need to learn the methods, ways, and then this is not only reading book and talking people and hearing people. It is something that we need to grow inside. We have to change our mind. That if, for example, if I am very selfish, then that is the most obstacle to do this job. So therefore, I have to work on my selfishness. So therefore, we have to work on our mind, thoughts, tame the mind. So in order to taming our mind, we need to know the methods. So therefore, we are studying. And at the same time, only studying and only praying, it doesn't work. So what do we need? We also need to make the circumstance right. In that way, we will be able to do the right job, good job. So when I say circumstances, like, if we do not increase our virtues, positive thoughts, and generally merit, then what happens? That although you have a wonderful teacher, you have a wonderful Dharma friend, and so on and so forth. However, if I don't have enough capable merit in my side on me, then I will not be able to attain all these qualities from them. So therefore, we need to also at the same time, while we're studying, same time we have to increase our merit. So how? Then we have to do lots of positive actions, positivities, like 6 paramita, giving and so on and so forth. We have to practice, which will help increase our merit. Then when the merits are increased, then the knowledge is there, then you are able to take them and apply in our heart. Then when we have good merit, accumulate huge merit, what happens? Then all the obstacles in order to do study, practice, and so on and so forth, the obstacles will disappear. Then we don't have obstacles. Then we'll be able to apply the Dharma properly in our heart. So therefore, we need to know why we're doing prayers, why we studying, and so on and so forth. The reason is that, okay. So whatever we do, we have to do from heart. And not for like if anything goes like a worldly Dharma, then our activities will be ruined. So there's no point. You may called teacher, you may called practitioner, you may called so on and so forth, whatever, all the positive names, but only these are names. In your heart, nothing is growing, apart from maybe you become a very good lecturer, you become a good speaker, you become maybe famous, whatever. It doesn't matter. When we go beyond this life, all this cannot take. Even that the body we love and we take care of and looking after, we have to leave this behind. And especially, people who looks in the mirror so much, thinking how am I look and so on and so forth, so much, maybe they are saying that every 5 minutes or 5 seconds or whatever, that looking into mirror, yourself in your body, your look in the mirror. So that body that you care so much, you love so much, you worry so much, we can't take. We have to leave behind. That's it. So therefore, it is important, whatever we do, we pull all our minds together, and why I'm doing this, how important it is, and how to make this pure, positive. We have to think that at all the time, any time when we doing the prayers or even anything, even you going out, giving things to people, supporting people, and then very often, unless someone really highly practitioner, then you may get away with. Otherwise, you constantly that negative thoughts like, oh, maybe I'm doing this so that people praise, people think I'm a good person, a good human being, and so on and so forth. This artificial sort of positivities that you think it's positive, you think it's good, all comes and mix up with your activity. Then your activity will be ruined. So therefore, we need to have good intention, that pure, and whatever we do, don't hope for praise, don't hope for gain any reward, and so on and so forth. That's very important. So that's kind of basic knowledge in Dharma. Now we do the prayer. Sanje Chodang Choje Chonama La Changju Pado Dani Japsu Chi Dagi Jingsu Jibe Chonam Dola Pinjere Sanje Lubara Sho Sanje Chodang Choje Chonama La Changju Pado Dani Japsu Chi 다게 진소 집에 촌나먼지 졸라 펜지를 산제 루파라 쇼 산제 조다 초제 촌남 장주 봐도 다니 접수지 다게 진소 집에 촌남지 졸라 펜지를 산제 루파라 쇼 산제 조다 초제 촌남라 장주 봐도 다니 접수지 다게 진소 집에 촌남지 졸라 펜지를 산제 루파라 쇼 심지에 담제 대화당 대외 주당 덴버라 주지 심지에 담제 동해당 동해지 주당 태워라 주지 심지에 담제 동해 매 대화당 미 태워라 주지 심지에 담제 니리 차당 니당 대외 다뇽라 내버라 주지 심지에 담제 대화당 대외 주당 덴버라 주지 심지에 담제 동해당 동해지 주당 태워라 주지 심지에 담제 동해 매배 대화다 매제오라 주지 심지에 담제 예리 차다니다 제외 다뇽라 내버려 주지 심지에 담제 대화다 대외 주다 내버려 주지 심지에 담제 동해다 동해지 주다 태워라 주지 심지에 담제 동해 매배 대화다 매제오라 주지 심지에 담제 예리 차다니다 제외 다뇽라 내버려 주지 I don't know, that's the third one or what. So, now maybe we do a little bit of meditation. You know that meditation, the name covers so many different types of meditation. It falls in two, like analytical meditation and also the single pointed meditation. So also the analytical, the single pointed meditation, there are many different types. Depends how appropriately you can do. That makes a different, and that makes a different type of meditation. So nowadays that in society that meditation or also the mindfulness is very popular. That I think is a very general type of meditation. People who are seeking meditation, I think that generally they are hoping to find a way to calm their mind, and also people who have troubles in their life, in their mind, they are looking for a way to stay away from those troubles. So in order to do that, people trying to learn meditation, and then through the meditation, as they're doing the meditation, the problem are not problems will not be there while you're doing the meditation. Therefore, people find it's very useful, but that's very basic. That's the least would help by meditation. And then, so therefore, if we want do more helpful way, more powerful meditation, then we need to know the background of the meditation, which is, the karma, our mind, means the most important is our mind. Because our mind is going everywhere, because of our mind is in a trouble, because of maybe different problems, then our mind blow up. So we have, then go crazy. So the mind, we need to know how we can tame the mind. So then we need to understand the mind situation, how it works, and so on and so forth. So studying the mind functioning is very important. If we know the depth of the mind, how it works, functioning, and so on and so forth, then we will be able to control, like, controlling by remote. Likewise, we can control, then you can do what you want. Likewise, then if we know the mind, the how it works, when the anger arises, what we need to do, why it's arising, why when we have so much attachment, and what's happening, why it's happening. If we know the root of that thought, where it's growing, the attachment, then if we know that where it's growing, then if you stop that twist, then that could be stopping the, growing the attachment, like also anger and so on and so forth. So therefore, we have to study the mind, how it works, the functions, mind function. So if we do that, then what happens is, if we are able to do thoroughly study the mind, then it doesn't matter whether we are indoors or outdoors, or in a very busy street or busy place, whatever, then we'll be able to still control our mind. It doesn't matter much the outside, external. Only matters that our mind, how much we can control. Otherwise, if we get together and state, meditative kind of posture, and then sit for maybe half an hour, 15 minutes, 1 hour, whatever we do, then during that time, if we are lucky, that mind could be calm. And however, when we go out from the room that you are meditating, then our mind goes back in normal, that in trouble, whatever the disturbance you have, it all comes back. So you feel the same way. It doesn't help much. Only it helped during the meditation. So you cannot meditate 24 hours a day. If you can do that, maybe the 24 hours that you're meditating, then you are in peace. But after that, the problem will come back. So therefore, it's important, instead of just, for example, if a patient, a sick person, that they have some problems, issue in the body, and then instead of only giving the painkiller, you also need to know what the problem, the illness is. Then you have to find the medicine which cures that particular illness. Then you give that, and then at the same time, if you have pain, you give the painkiller. So both works. Otherwise, if only, when you have this pain, then you only give the painkiller, and then you're not curing the major illness. Then what happens when the painkiller draws the power? When it's run out, then pain comes back. Then you have to eat painkiller throughout your life. So we need to know where the problem is coming, the source. When we know that, we have to stop, like putting cap on a bottle. We have to stop it. So when we are able to do that, then we are properly in peace. However, talking that sounds easy, yeah? It's very difficult. We have to do it by step, slowly. As we have a saying, Western saying, Rome wasn't built overnight. So likewise, we cannot get together overnight, or a few sessions of teaching or meditation. It will not make you completely peace. So therefore, we need to work on it and study the mind functions. Okay. However, we don't have time to talk how the mind is functioning in a depth, in 1 hour or half an hour. So that's what it is. However, today what we're doing is, if your understanding is deeper and wider, then your meditation could be, like I said, much better. And if you have a lack of understanding in the meditation, still we can keep the pain away during the meditation. Problems keep away during the meditation. So therefore, if you don't have much knowledge on meditation, about meditation, then you better do many sessions of meditation so you can keep the problem away temporarily. All right. So we're doing this at the moment, temporary, keeping the problems away type of meditation. All right. So what we need to do, if we let the mind, let it go wherever the thought goes, then it is problem. Then we may think about tax, bill, problems, ill, and so on and so forth, illness, and so on and so forth, the relatives, and so on and so forth. Every mind goes everywhere, 10 direction. Therefore, what we need to do is we pick an object and then concentrate on that object. While we concentrating on that object, try not to think that object goes bigger or smaller or anything. Just to concentrate whatever it is, and don't go into it. Made of gold, made of silver, made of wood, and so on and so forth. Don't go there. Just the shape of the object, and don't think whether it's big or small, too big, too small. Do not do like a research way. Just concentrate on that size or the color. Only one. Don't think the color and size together. Then your mind also going round and round, circling in your head. So therefore, you think single object, and then gaze on that, and concentrate on that. Don't lose the concentration. All right? We do that maybe for 5 minutes. Oh yeah. So when I said pick up an object, it if you are Buddhist, then it would be very useful to imagine on having an or having image, or like Buddha's image or deity, so on and so forth. Then the whatever time we spend, it all could be count as virtues, and because of the meditating on such a important object, that become virtues, and it increases our merit. All right. Thank you. So namandi tamje siwanye done nyebe danam panje shin jega na che pano chuba yi sibe chole ndo wa chewa da isho jambe ba je dara chen ba da gondo sambo den yang de shen de te da kunje je so da lo che gyawa de da tamje ra do ngo de so je ba yawa tamje je ngo kan la chu do nga ba de da ge ge ye za wa de kan ja sambo ju je ra do ngo ra ji 강례 라외 고래 신감서 변나 대화 말이 중에 내 진례서 땡진 자초이 샤베스데 파도 땡주를 지 동니 인제 손도 주변람 체제를 선자 감제 땡주 차나베 뭐 땡진 자초라 소와데 소신데 흔주고 쇼 어야 퀄리티 다른 것도 다른 인지제죠 도래 나와 남네 르마요 나 차제로 엄다레 두다레 도레서 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 엄다레 두다레